What's up, YouTube? I got with me my special friend Baba and my other special friend Jojo.
What's up?
And we are headed to first Wilmer, Texas, and then Houston, Texas, to give you guys a special episode of a ultimate tropical aviary and tropical mango backyard.
Oh man, finally made it. That was a long drive. So we are here in Spring, Texas. It's just a little bit north of Houston. One of my buddy's house. We're gonna go check out his garden. We're gonna go check out his pets. So just follow me inside. Hey guys, this is my friend Shiraz. So, first things first, as soon as you walk into his amazing home, we have this amazing aquarium, so let's have him tell us a little about it.
Alright, this is a saltwater aquarium. It's basically a reef tank, so I have mostly peaceful things in here, like sea urchins, like that one in the back. And these are all the corals that I have. This is a Tonga tree branch. That's a frog spawn anemone, the big green one in the middle. These are anemones. The anemones are actually for the clownfish, so they can just go inside there and host to the anemone and have a symbiotic relationship. So they feed the anemone, and in return the anemone provides protection for the clownfish. I have all sorts of little corals, little spawn of coral all over the floor. That's a flame scallop right there. All sorts of life. I used to have a bunch of starfish in here. You can see the babies all over the walls, the little white specks all over the back. Those are all starfish. There's probably like 50 or 60 starfish in here. But the adults are in the bottom of the tank. Alright, you saw the aquarium. Let me show you the garden. So these are the plants, the little plants I have here. These are some little cacti. This is a baby Seguro cacti from Arizona. My brother actually chopped it off of the actual Seguro cactus, which is like 20 feet, and we planted it. These are some soft cacti here. This one I wouldn't touch, it's very pointy. I'm not exactly sure what kind they are, but I've had them for quite some time now. These are little small Mexican fan palms. I uprooted them from Galveston and planted a bunch of them here. They'll eventually take off. This is a medjool date palm that I broke off of a pup off of a full-size medjool date palm tree at a store. This right here is an Everbearing June strawberry. So it makes strawberries, but it makes actually they're Everbearing. So they make strawberries year-round. This one is a rose bouquet strawberry, and this one makes strawberries only when it's warm. Generally during June, but you can see the strawberries like coming out on top of the flowers, which look pretty amazing. Speaking of flowers, the Imam Passan mango has flowers all over it. I don't know if you were able to see that in the last clip.
Is this not the coolest thing ever? So, Shiraz, how tall is this mango tree?
This mango tree is about 12 to 13 feet tall, actually. Before you got here, I had this thing attached to these plant yo-yos. And what it does is I can attach these stems onto this yo-yo and then pull the slack up, and I can get these to stand up real tall and straight. That's the solution I've had on here for now, but I don't want the plant to get weaker over time because of the fact that I am supporting the stem so much.
But you know, they put these things to support them, so I wonder if that makes a difference or not. But some of you mango experts, why don't you guys comment to see what the best option for this tree is, because as you can see, it's just falling over because it's so tall. And you know, pruning is a good option, but that mean like pruning like 3 feet off the tree, and the tree could go into shock. You don't want to kill the mango tree. So comment down below. Let us know what you think is the best option. All right, so what else do we have?
Right here I have some tomatoes growing, of course, in the little veggie area. Some blackberry. I have a blackberry bush right here. Hibiscus plants growing right here. I have this one is called the Pride of Barbados, and the leaves actually open and close during the daytime. So when it's daytime, the leaves will open up. When it's nighttime, the leaves will actually close and go to sleep, which is kind of random. They have a nocturnal state. This is a blueberry which has gone through an entire winter without being watered, without being fed, without even being taken care of. So as you can see, blueberries are very resistant and hardy. Something to keep in your garden. Yeah. This right here was given to me by my friend Salman, right here.
Yep.
And this is a angel trumpet. It's highly poisonous, but very beautiful. It produces huge trumpet flowers that are probably anywhere between 6 inches to 10 inches, maybe.
Yeah, maybe once ours flower, we'll make a video of that. And I showed you guys mine in the last video. So if you haven't looked it up, look it up now. Just Google images. Check out angel trumpet. It's the coolest thing you'll ever see.
This is a Lisbon lemon. It actually didn't do too well in the wintertime, but in the last 3 weeks it has grown, as you can see, almost a foot. So that's pretty good. It's coming back because it has a huge root ball. So more roots, more fruits. Right, Salman?
Yep, you guys can check out how thick this trunk is. So, good thing it's coming back.
This right here is a desert rose. It comes from the desert, obviously, and it's very beautiful. It produces red to pinkish flowers in the springtime. It's probably one of my favorite things here. It also didn't do too well in the winter, but it came back. Right here we have the improved Meyer lemon. As you can see, there are lemons all over this thing. There's probably a good 30 to 40 different lemons on here, all sorts of different sizes. So it's doing pretty well. It has flowers all over it. Kind of smells like jasmine.
Yeah, they look really nice. Check out these pinkish purple flowers. And then you can see the different sizes of the fruit. You can see this one is developing into a fruit now. And then as we go up here, you can check out these are much more developed fruit. When they get bigger up here.
Fatties.
You got a whole bunch over here. So, do you know how long it usually takes for birds over here? Check out this tree. Isn't this cool? Hey, Shiraz, what are these?
Ruby red guavas.
Dang, these are big. So do you know how long it takes for these to ripen?
I think it's supposed to hang on there for the entire summer.
Okay, so I guess I'll be back in a month or 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know. And then get some of these guavas. Hey, cameraman, come over here. Check this out. This is a Navel Orange. And this is one of the trees that I really want. I love navel oranges. Eat them every day. And as you can see, this one is loaded with fruit. There's fruit everywhere. But it'll probably be a little while before these are big enough and ripened enough to eat. And according to Shiraz and Sakina over here, these smell amazing when they're flowering. And I know because my clementine smells like jasmine when there's flowers all over it. So hopefully in a few months, this is going to be good to eat. And these birds are going to be pulling fruit off these trees. Alright, so what is this thing?
This is my Chef Jeff's eggplant. Should hopefully have eggplants on it this year. There's all sorts of new growth. They went through the entire winter without any leaves, and now it's come back with some super awesome ones.
So this Jeff guy, he must have some good eggplants, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, this looks like a fig.
Yeah, this is actually a Celeste fig. So unlike most figs, like the Mission fig or the brown turkey fig, it actually produces smaller sized figs. But it's supposed to be some of the sweetest that exist.
Oh.
From the research that I did on it, that's what I found out. That's why I bought it.
I think I have a couple of these. Because I took some cuttings from my in-laws and they're like small, They're literally the sweetest figs you'll ever have. And I never knew what kind they were, but I'm assuming it would be this one.
Yeah, I believe it probably
I
is.
also have a black machine.
Okay.
Then
Another blueberry.
this is a blueberry that's coming back from the winter.
As you can see, like they come right back. There's all sorts of growth on this thing.
I hope you guys know what this is. You want to tell us a little about it?
This is a fruit punch mango.
A fruit punch. You guys hear that? Yeah, even the parrots are.
And unlike the other mango, it's not fruiting right now. But the other mango is kept inside of a greenhouse, and so maybe that might have something to do with why that is fruiting and flowering, and this one is not. This has been outside since last year, so it's probably just going to start acclimating to the warm temperatures here in Houston.
Cool.
All right.
Check these out.
So these are the pomegranates. This is a pomegranate with a fruit on it.
Little flower.
Little flower.
Another one here. You know what kind it is?
There's a tag on it. It's just an assorted pomegranate. I'm not really sure of this one. This one down here is actually a palm pomegranate. I got this one from Salman, cutting from Salman many years ago. This is a Palm Wonderful pomegranate, and this is probably like 3 years old now. It used to be about as tall as this one, about right here, and the winter killed it, and then it came back from the bottom again, and now it's getting pretty good.
Cool. Produce that strong, some strong roots.
This is a Kefir pear tree. This produces big, huge green Kefir pears. I hope to see some pears on it this year, hopefully. And right here we have the passion fruits with caterpillars all over them. Interesting caterpillars.
That's funky.
What do you recommend to get rid of those, Salman?
Huh. What eats caterpillars? I would say pull some of those leaves off and throw them in your neighbor's yard. Just kidding.
Savage.
Yeah, so these passion fruits that are down here, all these little stems, like down here, all these, they were actually in that black pot back there, and I transferred them all into this pot so that I could have all the passion fruits all in one area.
Well,
That's how you get rid of caterpillars in our garden.
there's so many more over there. I know. Alright, what's this cool looking thing?
Alright, this down here is a white Peruvian guava, and over the winter it got totally destroyed. It used to be about a 7-foot tall tree, and now it is literally not even 7 centimeters.
It's like a thornless Mexican lime. And I know that because I just read this.
This one's also flowering and fruiting. You can see there's flowers and fruits all over it. Little Mexican thornless limes. This actually has no thorns on this lime tree, like most lime trees. And it produces these tiny, tiny Mexican limes. It's supposed to be delicious.
Oh, this has really nice leaves on this.
Yeah. This is a Pomelo grapefruit, and it makes some of the largest grapefruits I've ever seen. They're probably about that big. Huge grapefruits, and you can eat them for like a full meal by yourself. If you eat this meal, you'll be full. Big fruits.
It's like you might have to stake this one up.
Yeah,
This thing's leaning over.
definitely.
Ooh, sweet. Check this out. So, what is this tree?
That is my papaya tree. And this papaya tree is a couple years old. I think I was told it was like 4 or 5 years old, and it should have fruits on it this year. The reason I particularly grow this one is because papayas are grown in the islands, and they're grown specifically for stomach viruses. Papaya seeds are actually some of the most like antibacterial seeds that exist on the planet. So if you eat papayas, try to eat the seeds sometimes, and it'll cleanse out your entire system.
Cool. Number one tip for you guys. Alright, what is this?
This is a Clementine tree, and I also got this from Salman many years ago. It's been about 3 or 4 years now that I got this tree from him, and when I got it, it was about this big, maybe like 6 inches or something like that, in a tiny little pot. And since I've planted it in the ground, and it's been in the ground for a full season now, and it's definitely stepped up. It's about, I would say, almost 5 feet now. Maybe, what do you say, Salman? Almost 5 feet?
Yeah.
Getting
Like 5'7", so.
Yeah.
Check out these thorns.
Yeah, this is a thorned one.
So, let me tell you a little about my tree. My tree does not have thorns, but every single cutting I took from that tree does have thorns. And I think because of the one I have is grafted to maybe a thornless variety, so when you take the cuttings, those thorns come back. That is my assumption. If you guys actually know what it is, comment down below. Alright, this is a cool looking tree. Looks kind of looks like it's growing back though.
Yeah, it's got some new leaves coming back. This is the sugar apple tree, and it definitely has new leaves coming back. It is very tropical and doesn't like cold temperatures.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it doesn't like being wet.
Yeah.
But it's growing back, so that's always a good sign.
Hope to see fruits this year.
Yeah. The one I have is about a foot and a half tall. So it will be several years before it gets this big. But I heard if you grow them from seed, I've heard people getting fruit within a year and a half. So this should definitely get fruit this year.
Okay. I hope so. This is a dwarf almond tree. It's actually a birthday present. But this dwarf almond tree doesn't get very big. It's been planted here for about a year now, and it has only grown 3 or 4 inches. So it produces a lot of almonds. I ate many almonds off of it last year, so I hope that it will produce almonds again this year.
Cool. Check this out. Some new leaves just tore right through the old leaf and it's growing. It's called Savage right there. Cool. Check out these guys. What do you guys think this is? It is
A Gulf Beauty plum. And there's plums all over this thing. There's probably like 20 or 30 plums on this tree.
So this is different than the regular plums, right? Because it looks like it's red.
Yeah. They're Gulf Beauty plums.
I gotta try this one out.
And it's a couple years old, and it's already producing fruits. It's already flowered, and it's only March. And they're pretty frost resistant too. I think they handle like -15 in frost.
Oh, it's perfect.
And freezing, yeah. Perfect for Texas. Okay, over here I have some. These are Big Mike bananas, Michelin bananas. Big Mike. There used to be 2 big banana trees here. One was like 4 feet, and then the one on this side used to be about 7 feet. And the frost totally ended that height, and they all came back from the bottom. And now this one's coming back, which is great. These have all grown back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 in here.
Yeah, I might actually give a pup to Salman. We tried to do that before.
It didn't work.
The winter just got to him, but
No, I actually kept that inside, but it still didn't.
Still didn't work?
No, not sure. Well, maybe when they get a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I know there's a method of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it needs warmer temperatures and whatnot.
More sun.
Yeah.
Let's check out your grapevine. What kind of grape is this?
That is a red seedless grape. A Texas table grape, actually, is what it's called. And it's about 3 years old. And I was afraid and nervous that it had died. But as you can see, new growth has sprouted out all over the place. There's new growth at the bottom, obviously. And then the long stem that I was afraid had died, it has new growth coming out from all the bulbs. Which is great news.
Yep. One thing about grapes is they only fruit on the new growth. So if you have too much old growth, cut it down. then let it regrow back up. And what is that one?
That's just another blueberry.
Cool.
I bought 3 blueberries and didn't do anything with them for the entire year, and they're still alive and producing leaves.
Yep, so if you like blueberries, get one. And check out his amazing aviary.
So this is Baba. This is Salman's parrot.
Yep.
Salman's gonna be housing Baba here in the aviary for as long as he wants, permanently if he wants.
Probably the next 80 to 100 years. Hey, Baba. Say hi. And then who's that over there?
That right there is Kiwi. Kiwi's been around for 5 years, and that's how old Kiwi is, and hopefully him and Baba become best friends.
Yep.
But this is their aviary. Inside the aviary, I have a couple plants. This is a Sago Palm right here. I'm hoping it's gonna get really big and just provide some fun for the birds. These are Mexican fan palms, and these I actually dug up. They were plant rescues.
Alright, let's check out the other side of his yard.
Over here, a lot of the things died from the winter. This is an oleander. It produces lots of flowers. It's coming back, as you can see, which is great news. I think it's many, many years old.
Yep. This is one of the plants I love and I need to get. So whenever I have a bigger garden, I'm gonna get one of these.
Word of caution though, they're extremely dangerous, extremely poisonous. So keep your animals away from it. Your dogs, your cats, your birds. If they eat those leaves, they'll probably be poisoned.
And your kids.
And your kids.
Alright, this is a big old palm. Doesn't look like it's doing too well. What is this? What kind of palm is this?
It's a queen palm. And looks like it might be dead from the winter. I've left it here just to give it some time, but it looks like it's rotted out and dead on the inside.
Apparently, it's green over here.
Oh, there might be new growth in here, who knows?
See some green?
Yeah.
But you never know. So apparently, whoa, all these ants are coming out of this thing. So apparently, this has been the worst winter in the last 10 years in the Houston area. That's why a lot of palms have died over here.
Yeah.
But hopefully this one comes back. These are
the Moussa Bananas.
So
They
these
can't-
are pretty much ornamental. I looked up online. It said they do flower and produce, but the fruit aren't edible. But if anybody has more experience, we've never actually gotten to that stage here. But if you guys have actually grown this to flowering stage, let us know if it actually fruits or and how the fruit are. It's a cool looking plant. Is it rose?
I don't really know what that is, man. Don't ask me on the video.
What is it?
No idea. It was like when I put you on the spot about the caterpillars. Just remove that.
Bing. Wait, how come these smaller queen palms are doing good?
This is the only one that's alive, I think. It's the weirdest thing. This is the one I planted. All the other ones were already here. I bought them. This one I planted.
Oh, maybe it's the soil and stuff you use.
Maybe. Kept it alive. But most of my, like, over there, you see the Mexican fan palms? They all survived, but the queen palms died all over Houston. They're just not
Yeah, I
resistant.
think the Mexican fan palms are a lot hardier
Yeah.
than the queen palms. So I remember I had one in
Yeah.
Dallas. It did not survive.
Yeah.
And then here's our Sago Palm.
Big old Sago.
There's also one inside the aviary, which the birds are gonna love.
Yeah.
And we got some more ornamental bananas, the Moussas.
And if you look right here in the back behind these other plants, like this and over there, those are basically crepe myrtle trees that have just like planted themselves in the ground, and they're just rooted, and now they're producing a tree. More ornamental bananas.
This looks like some sort of peach almond tree.
Yeah, this is actually a Florida Grand Peach Tree. I planted it last year and it produced not a single new leaf. But after the entire winter passed, I now see there's one new growth right here leaf and another new growth leaf right over here. So hopefully it comes back. It looks like it is.
So if you guys have any experience with this and know why it's not really doing too well, maybe it's the side of the yard or soil, too much water, let us know. And then we have
These are two Barbados cherry trees. These were also about 3 to 4 feet tall, and then the winter came and the winter destroyed them, and now I had to cut them down, and this is about it. I have a couple inches of growth right here, and from overwatering it looks like it's not doing that well either, so it might need to be taken out of the ground here and put back into a pot so it can recover.
yeah. Alright guys, this was, or is, Shiraz's garden, and this is his aviary. You guys checked out all his trees. Now we're going to have some fun. We're going to eat, we're going to play with the birds, and we'll see you guys next time.